I've attempted to make Sims videos before, but let's see how this goes. My name is Klaus. I run Play Sims on Tumblr, and I tend to play medieval Sims. Today, as you can see, we're going to be building a Viking style building. I'm building this for merchants. Yeah, and I think probably the first thing that I do whenever I create a new neighborhood is I really try to pick a style, because obviously with medieval simming, like, it's impossible to get it perfect. There's no way to create an accurate game 100% of the time. You just kind of do your best. And one of the ways that I kind of do that is I pick a certain style, like for the buildings in the neighborhood, so they all kind of look the same without being identical, because I kind of hate that too. And in this neighborhood, I'm going with these kind of long, kind of lodge-style buildings with lower roofs that sometimes hit the ground. They're also very peaked. You've seen in a couple of mine on the photos that I posted that I use columns. And just kind of different things to set them apart without making them, too different. I've been using a lot of dark woods, stone, and also a little bit of Tudor kind of style plastering, just because I really like the way that that looks, not necessarily because that would be authentic to a Viking environment. I'm notorious for building homes that are way too big, but part of that is just in The Sims it isn't practical to have teeny tiny little hovels. They're not fun to play, you get a lot of routing errors, and I'm just not about that life, so I don't do it. And yeah, I don't think that you should have to if that's not your style. So you'll see here I'm just working on the building itself. Long, I just want it a little bit wide. The roofs are probably the hardest, especially in this game, because you can see it's not perfect, and you can try and get it as perfect as you can, but there's always going to be a little bit of disconnect there. Like I said, I'm building this particular home for a couple, their adopted daughter and their newborn, because in the Viking Hood I'm really going with the whole, they used to have thralls and you could adopt them and then they would be treated just like any other regular person, and I really like that idea, so I'm just kind of playing with that here. So the Sims will be able to adopt people if they choose, and they'll be treated just like a regular family member. I'm looking to see if I have any columns that kind of match that, but I don't think I do. I do know I have a deco piece, so I'm probably going to stick with that. One of the things I have been doing in this neighborhood is creating like little worship shrines. I've been using mostly the Skyrim, like Talos, and there are prayable, just different ones depending on the family. They're just really tiny, they're outdoors with a roof. It's just something different that really can tie the lots together. I've also been making sure that they do have an outdoor kind of privy, because obviously that shouldn't be in the house. And there's a lot of things that I don't do accurate, like I'm not putting livestock inside. My peasant houses are gigantic, but I'm working on it. This particular merchant family, it's a Torfison family. They are going to sell local goods. I have two merchant families. The other one is going to sell more exotic goods. To start out, I'm probably not going to make them harvest everything themselves, just because everybody has fireplaces and that would be obnoxious. So I'm not going to make them do it. Probably 2 or 3 rounds in, once everybody's started really getting a buildup of stuff, then I'll work on it. I'm looking to see, I've been using a lot of kind of mixtures of fences. I'll use stone for the most part, and then for families that, would be able to upkeep their fences, I'm using this willow fence. And for the ones that probably, like I have an elder sim he's the only sim in that household, so I use more of this one. I'm not going to try to pronounce that word, but it's just basically sticks, and it's like, it looks very faded, and I think that's more in keeping. If someone was an elder, they're going to have a harder time keeping up their fence. And that complicated weave one, wow, really cool, is probably not something they'll be able to do. In this case, because it is a merchant family, I want them to have a bit of a nicer kind of setup. I want to distinguish it from my peasants. A lot of the times I build out fences too because Sims are thieves and they will steal the fractured moonlight livestock. That's just what they do. I like building out the entire area with fencing and then cutting into it because it feels more real. Like, this looks fake to me, but then I go in. This is also why I don't build with the Sims already in place, because this costs money, obviously. And so I'll just kind of cut in a little bit around it. I might even come in here, because realistically this area is supposed to be part of the same neighborhood as Adiran, which is my other medieval hood that I think is unfortunately gone forever after I updated my computer. And so while this wouldn't have been part of the whole war that went on, they would have felt the effects, and a lot of the people fled the area during that time period. And so I try to reflect the fact that things aren't going to be perfect here. There's going to be fences that are knocked down. There's going to be areas that are just kind of empty, and it helps too because I'm not starting off with a large population of Sims. So it just makes sense to me to kind of build it in such a way that it's like, okay, things have fallen down, it's not in the best repair necessarily, but they are rebuilding. Again, because these are merchants, I really don't want to have it look too ramshackle. I think I'm not going to build out there. Like everybody else in this hood, they're probably going to have sheep, because I'm obsessed. But I'm also going to give them the Highland cows that are taken from Skyrim, because I really like the way that they look. They're very fluffy, and that is my vibe. See, again, I'm just kind of at random a little bit. I don't have like a set in stone method for my fencing. I don't tend to like do two at once, but I don't know. I just go with the flow. Like, if it doesn't look good, I'll redo it. But it's just trying to make it look a little bit more realistic without these hard, straight edges, which, again, I know they probably could have built straight fences. I'm not saying that they couldn't, it just, to me, doesn't necessarily look realistic, and that's what I'm going for. Another thing that I do, just because I've noticed I have errors with trash cans a lot of the time where they just don't work, and so I trap them in a little bubble, and I have custom trash cans. And I'm actually gonna make this a little bit bigger because there's only 4 Sims in this lot. Well, three Sims and an infant. I'm not gonna build like in some of the other ones. I put a line here and had 2 actual separate bathrooms in one building just for easier playability. I'm not gonna do that here because it's not necessary. I am going to build out some bedrooms. I've thought about doing a loft with this one because there is a window up there, but I really don't like doing that just because you get routing issues. It's kind of annoying. I don't like dealing with it. That's really my only logic behind that. So I'm going to build some bedrooms. I think I'm just going to build 2 in this one. I normally don't leave hallways, but I'm gonna in this case. And then I'm also going to build a little area for the tub. I know realistically, again, they wouldn't have a separate kind of area for the tub, but this is just so that they don't yell and stomp and go, oh no, someone can see me. I'm actually going to build a secondary little building as well, because one thing I've also been doing with this neighborhood is they've had laundry houses. And mostly just because I like the sauna, and I like the idea, since this is a colder area, a colder climate, they would have that. And I think for this one, because they do have like an adopted thrall type person, I'm going to build this out, and then I will give her kind of a loft style bedroom, because there's only one Sim that'll be going up there, and it's less annoying to me. That's basically why. If there's more than one room upstairs, it just gets complicated. It drives me insane. I don't want to deal with it. Pretty much that's my logic for most building. I just downloaded these stairs and I really love them, but I'm not going to use them. I really love this ladder I can't use it, obviously, because it's got metal and bits of modern flair, I guess. But I keep it because I really think it's pretty, and someday maybe someone will make it usable. I think I'm gonna put the stairs in like this. I really like these stairs too. These are the stairs that I overuse like nobody's business, I believe. Yeah, holy simoly stairs. I just love them. But I've gotten kind of a variety of stairs. These ones are the Wood for Sims barn stairs, just so that there's something different. I don't tend to use these connecting stairs because I just feel like they don't work. I've had custom ones before, and I just have so many issues with them that I just don't really use them anymore. Build this out here. Now, I don't necessarily have to give her her own room up here since it's going to be a loft, but I kind of want to, just because then I can make a little bit of a crafting area up there, so that's what I'm going to do. She's also a teen sim, but she should be fine up there. There shouldn't be any issues. I think these are the only walls I'm going to do. This is going to be a laundry area, bathroom, tub room, because I don't have a better word, and then the 2 rooms, the infant will go in there, the adults will go in there, and this is going to be a little shrine, and this will be living room, kitchen, dining room. It's a little bit squished compared to my peasant lots, but I'm going to go with it. I feel like it's fine. I thought about not giving the infant a room at all, but that feels mean. I could cut it down. I might do that, just so there's a little bit more space. But they also have a larger lot, so I'm just gonna go with it. There's not a lot of people. Doors are something I've found too that can really tie your neighborhood together if you use a lot of the same doors. I've mostly been using these because I love the way they look. Like, they're stunning. But obviously it's wide open, and really for my merchant sims I don't want to do that. I really love this door. This is one of my favorite doors. I kind of like the way that that looks. Because I don't want to give them anything too fancy, but obviously I don't want to give them something that's not kind of an upgrade on what my peasants kind of have. I like these as well, but I don't think in this case that I want to use these. Just because the roof is so high, I just feel like these are too short of doors, but I really do like them. I really like a lot of the recolors. Like, this is one of my favorites, and it's kind of perfect for a Viking thing. I'm actually, instead of using it on the front door, I think I'll use it in the laundry type area. Is that? Okay, yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna use that over there, and then I'm gonna use, this is another door. It's definitely a little bit more rough than I want it to be. Oh geez, I love this one too. It's like a medieval barn door, and it comes in really pretty colors, but I kind of abuse it a lot. So let's go with this one. I think that'll be fine for this kind of neighborhood. For the bedrooms, again, I know realistically they wouldn't have bedrooms, but we're gonna gloss over that. So I kind of want to give them a little bit I want to give them fancier doors, but at the same time I don't, because these are the local merchants, so they're going to be a little bit lower than my other merchant family. I also tend to place things outside so I can actually see what the recolors are. But yeah, they're gonna sell mostly local stuff, so wood and wool, things like that. I really wish that there was like tobacco farming, because I'm not gonna lie, I would love to go full Wheel of Time a little bit, like 2 Rivers. That would be awesome. But I don't think there is. I haven't looked that closely though. This is like a note to self to look. I think I'm gonna use this door in kind of that style. It's fancy, but it's not like too fancy, because again, I'm not going to try to outclass the nobility, and also there is going to be royalty in this hood because my original hood was Gallived, just really hard to say, and that's why it changed to Adiran. And the Kenton family had a daughter, Athenin, who actually married a Jarl, Ulfric Svensson, and this is the area that she lives. So I'm gonna try to recreate her. Again, I lost most of the Sims in that neighborhood, so I don't know if that's something that I can do. I'm gonna try. She had a very unique face, like most of my kittens. So we'll see. We'll see if I can do that. I might try recovering her again, just to see if I can. Where is... I have a door that's just like, oh, there it is. So I am just going to give her kind of this door. It's not much privacy, but it makes more sense, again, for she's kind of a thrall, adopted thrall. So she used to be, thralls basically are a bit of a servant class. They probably come from outside of the area and were kidnapped or whatever. I don't know, I don't have like a super solid logic for them yet. Why do I keep doing that? Oh, windows. You'll see kind of on the main one that there is literally one window, but I don't play that way because it's too dark. It's too dark. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it, and you can't make me. I really like these by Llama. I hope it's Llama. I can't think of another way to pronounce that. I really like these. I wish I had more colors for them, but I don't. And I've been using them a lot in this neighborhood. I also use, this matches the door, the druid's window. I have these really cool, hold on, let me see if I can find them. I have these, which I really loved and I really wanted to use in the neighborhood, but you can't see in the house. They're just not practical. I really wanted to though, because Icelandic turf houses are super duper cool, but they're in the way. Like, you cannot see anything. I kind of like the idea though of, maybe not for this one, but trying to use just like the front piece. But yeah, I really, really love those, and I'm very, very sad that you just can't play normally. You would really have to constantly be adjusted, and you'd have to be like this almost to even see. Oops, as I hit Q. So yeah, I don't use them. I really wish I could in this instance, but it's just not practical. I kind of like the idea of using these, even though I've used them in my peasant lots. I've been trying not to use too many windows with glass. I like these, but I don't think they go with the door. Well, maybe. I need to make the roof more peaked. Yeah, like that. This wobbly bit. Ah, no. Eh. See what I mean about the roofs? Like, you just can't win. I wonder if I shorten it. 90% of my time in this game is trying to make a roof that works. I made one that was super duper complicated. It was kind of a square building with just a whole bunch of roofs. It's very traditional, kind of Icelandic viking style building. Actually, I think I have one. This. I made one of those. And it was really, really hard, but I loved making it. I had a lot of fun. And I would like to try making something like that again. Oof. I think this is better, but I kind of hate it. No. I'm just gonna accept that. Tolerable for now. To decide what a good window would be. I like these two because there's glassless options. No, it's too low. I swear 90% of my time in this game is just windows. Okay, not 90%, but you feel me. It's a hard choice. I could do these bourbon windows. Bourbon? I don't know. Those. I don't like them. I mean, I like them, just not on this building. I kind of like that. It's literally not going to go with anything else I put in this house. However, it does add some interest, but I think it'll get in the way of the awning that I'm going to put there, so I'm not going to do it. I might have to go with these screened windows. These are my, if all else fails, I go to these Cyclone Sioux Crusade windows, because they tend to go pretty much with anything that you want to do, and there's a couple options. They're open, they're closed, they come in different sizes, so if you're really having a hard time with windows and you just kind of want to plunk something on there at some point, they're a good choice. I don't think this roof is high enough. It might be. Oh, we might get a window up here. Do I have a 2-tile shuttered window? That is the question of the hour. I don't think I do. I don't think any of these are 2-tile. Boo. Why you gotta be like that? I mean, I guess I could put 2 of these side by side. Why doesn't that match? Why y'all playing? There we go. Jehoshaphat. Okay. This is me trying not to curse. We'll see how that goes. Not perfect, but I'll tolerate that too. I'm gonna try not to put a ton of windows, just because I'm already putting windows and I shouldn't be. I'm also trying to break out of my habit of perfectly aligning the windows at all ends, because it's just not. It looks weird, but at the same time my brain's just like, it should be this way. And so I'm trying not to do that. I'm trying, again, not to add a lot of windows or anything like that. It's just, especially in this one, I've only got these sides to work with, and I don't want it to be super dark, but there's nothing I can do about that. The laundry houses, I haven't been putting tall windows in. I've only been using these short ones. God, why do I keep doing that? I'm so shaky today. But yeah, I haven't been putting tall windows. I don't really have a logic for that, but that's what I've been doing, and it's worked out. Oh my gosh. Stop it. Alright, for the loft, I could use this. Got a smaller one too. I kind of like the idea of doing that. Can I just not place windows today? This is what's happening. Also, I have no idea how long this video's been going on, because I'm not paying attention. So we'll see. I might have an hour-long build, and I regret nothing. Ooh, I like this one better, though. No, I don't. Alright, so since this is like a workshop type area, I don't really want to put a ton of windows there. But I will give her some windows. I kind of want to be mean and, like, put really open windows that she has to hang curtains over. Oh, is that mean? That's kind of mean. It's kind of mean, guys. And yet I want to. Because even though she's been adopted and she is considered a member of the family, that was like a recent development. Basically, just the sim who is the merchant, Glumher, or Glummer, I don't know. I'm learning how to pronounce things. He was single for a while, and so he finally adopted his thrall, and then he ended up getting married, and now he has a baby. But obviously they don't unadopt people, so that's why she was originally adopted, is he didn't have, like, an heir. And I think it's going to be an interesting dynamic. I don't know if the two lady sims are going to get along, but we'll see. They might not. I really want to be mean and give her that open window. It just makes sense. Like, logically, she probably wouldn't have very nice lodgings until she was adopted. Where did it go? Oh god. I'm really good at losing things that are right in front of my face. There it is. Don't like that. Where did they put it? Over here? Oh, but it's uneven. Oh, and that's too even. The struggle is real. I'm not gonna use it. What about this one? I think it isn't going to match. I can do one there, and then I can do one here. No. Kind of offset. I don't want it to be... Shut up, malware bites. I don't want it to be super... Yeah. Windows and doors are the death of me. I'm not even gonna pretend otherwise. So for flooring, because they're a little bit wealthier, I would like to give them maybe some tile. No, that doesn't make sense. No, I would like to do it, but it doesn't make sense. Again, these are local merchants, so that's kind of cool. I overuse that floor though, and I know that I do, but I really like it. I wonder if something like this, because then it's stained a color, so it's a little bit fancier, but it's also not crazy fancy. It's not something they wouldn't have been able to purchase in the area. And then maybe stone in here because there's a tub. So obviously you don't want to put wood floors if you can avoid it. I really like that stone. Not that stone. Nope, that's broken. Nope. Maybe. Ooh, I like that one too. These are kind of painted, which I've used them a couple times. I'm trying to use gray stone because that's just what I feel like would be available in the area. Let's use that. Then we'll use it in this little bathroom area as well. For the laundry area, I really like these, but it drives me nuts that they're endless. I never ever noticed this before, and then Hat Plays Sims posted about the endless boards, and now I can't unsee it. And so it's ruined some floors for me, just a little bit, because I cannot stop noticing that now. I kind of like this one. It's not super fancy, but it's not really torn up. It's kind of a nice middle ground. I'll put this everywhere up here. Alright, I'm not going to put flooring there. I'm going to use terrain paint. I'm slowly but surely warming up to terrain paint. Ceilings. Notorious for forgetting these. I would like to give them something kind of nice, but at the same time, you can't, like, really ham it up, because it doesn't make sense. These are kind of my go-to, just depending. And I think that they're going to be my go-to here as well. I might go with more of a cream. Because I have been using plaster. I don't know if I want to do the endless ones. Yeah, I like those. Oh, stop it. I don't know why this is such an issue, placing ceilings. I know I can place the ceiling ahead of time, but like, why can't I just do the thing without it being complicated? Fine, 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 fine. How much do these cost? So a good trick with ceilings is to find flooring that doesn't cost anything and toss that on top. Why isn't there? Because otherwise you're going to spend a lot. And it's like a hidden cost almost. Why is this lot so expensive? Well, that's why. Also, I do not scroll when I have to go to other buildings. Ow. Boo. I forgot that I did not put a roof on that yet. I will next. Okay. I kind of want to do darker ones in here, because again, she was not part of the family at that time, and it doesn't make sense. Why are you doing that? Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh wait. Yeah, that doesn't matter. Okay. I'm also gonna do this one in stone, because I've been decorating most of these with stone. And so I'll do the ceiling in stone as well. I want to put a different roof on this one, just because I've been doing this little triangle one on them, so something different. I hate when ceilings do this. It's an easy fix, but it annoys me. Also, there's not a lot of rhyme or reason to the way that I build, which, yeah, to each his own. I try to have some semblance of, like, togetherness or sameness. Like I said, picking a style and really trying to stick with that style helps me a lot, just in terms of keeping things similar. Not the same, but similar. Oh, you. Ooh, don't do that. Rude. Alright then. Oh, I hate using these though. I'm gonna do this. We're intersecting. Really? Really, stairs? Alright. Go over here. Now let's try. There we go. Yep, sometimes you just gotta move stairs. One of the things I've been doing too are these roofs, because I noticed in a lot of Viking buildings, let me see if I can find one here as an example, is they're very roundy at one end. This is one that I really said, like, is round, and then it's pointy on that side. And it's not something I've done before, and I kind of hated it at first, but I went with it, and it's actually really grown on me. Just stylistically, it's something different. And I really try to push myself with what choices I make in terms of building, because otherwise I will just use the same CC, I will build the same buildings. It gets boring really quickly, and part of the reason I've played this game so long is it's not boring. I like how this looks at the top, but I don't like how it looks through that door. Okay. I know that I have gray, kind of, what I think is Pirate Bay something. I'm so bad at remembering the names of things. Also, where things are. Because things aren't always sorted the way that I would sort them in my brain. And so logically, I would think that this type of siding would be under wood, but I don't think that it is. No, it's not, because I see this is the same set. I could do something like that, but the problem is, again, that door is gonna not play nicely. So I think what I'll do is I'll do that on the bottom, because that's very similar. It's not identical, like those are columns, but I don't want to do the columns in this one. I've done the columns in a couple other ones, so I don't want to do it on this lot. But yeah, that looks okay with the door. It's not as disruptive. This is too dark brown. I wonder if this will, like, I hate chipping that because, again, it's supposed to be a merchant lot, but that other one's too dark. Alright. This is gonna be stone. I mean, I like them because they look nicer, but I also hate when it's like 4 or 5 wallpapers and they're not all next to each other, so you have to like hunt them down. I'm not a huge fan of that. But again, they do look pretty, so I do keep them in my game, and I do use them. I just complain about it heavily, which is also a large part of my simming. Just complaining. Whining about stuff. Like, this is all plaster. Why is it in stone? I don't understand. I don't understand. And I know, I'm well aware that I could fix it, but I'm just gonna complain about it, and that's that. I don't get a lot of time. Don't have a lot of time. I would rather spend my free time simming. That's why sometimes when I have issues, I just kind of gloss over them. Like my apartment life issue right now, I'm just not acknowledging that it's a problem. Because I don't know why it's doing that, and I have no way to fix it. I've reinstalled, tried a lot of the troubleshooting tips you guys have given me, and she ain't playing nice. I've even downloaded, like, freeware since it's not, like, they're not supporting it anymore. And yeah, it's not working. But I was trying to think if I really use too much from apartment life besides, like, the reputation system, and I don't think that I do. So it's kind of okay for now. I mean, obviously I would like it to work, but it's not gonna ruin like, I can't, obviously I can still play the game. So I'm just kind of going with it. I'm gonna use the same set, but I'm trying to see which ones that I want to use. Because I want it to be this dark wood. I like that those are different. And then up top, I want to do something a little bit different. Same set again. I kind of like that. No, I don't. I think that I do. I do not. Maybe I'll just do that? No, that's too much. Ooh, I like the darker one better. No, I can't do that. Actually, that's not terrible. Let's do that. Sometimes I will use a ton of wallpapers. I try not to because they don't really match, but in this case it kind of makes sense. That was just like kind of plastered. Alright, and so we have our basic shell. I'm gonna save because crashing is the thing that happens and it's no fun. It's not fun for anybody. I'm not sure how long this video is, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop here. In the next video I'm gonna do, we're gonna decorate probably the outside, because that's gonna take me a while. I usually start with the outside to do basic things, and then I go into the inside, and then I do finishing details, like adding livestock and things like that at the end. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my rambling, and I'll see you in the next episode.